Good afternoon and welcome to NCC News Online. I'm your host, Sophia Leone. Election day is tomorrow, and Republican Congressman Brandon Williams is clearing the controversy after he was joined by Speaker of the House Mike Johnson this weekend. Speaker Johnson claimed that the CHIPS and Science Act, which vows to bring economic success to central New York, will likely be repealed if Republicans gain control of the House. Williams, who is up for re-election, claimed to remind Speaker Johnson how impactful the act will be to the local community.
And my job is to keep lobbying on my side. That's why I've crossed the aisle. And it's leadership. I will remind him night and day how important the CHIPS Act is.
Micron choosing central New York for its $100 billion investment and the promise of thousands of jobs is a direct product of the CHIPS Act. Speaker Johnson claimed he misheard the question and apologized profusely to Williams. Polls open in just over 12 hours in New York, and with that comes the end of political ads. For many voters, this will be a relief, as they feel this election season brought more negative ads and attacks than years in the past.
It just seems like it's 1860 all over again. The division is just incredible.
Recent years have seen politicians use social media as a way to target a new voter base. Our reporter Alexa Lamafa has more on how ads have spread to social media.
Social media is now a major factor in elections. The younger audience has all eyes on the internet, where campaigning is very active for the 2024 election. The strategies going into this election's digital approach are different. Young voters will play a large role in the outcome of this election, and Syracuse University professor Melissa Martinez says the advertising for campaigns in the digital world is critical.
In 2024, what we're seeing is way more heightened levels of access to data, which means that we're specifically targeting audiences based on their interests, where they're at, what they've been engaging with. So it's more, you're getting much more return on investment in that, which is a better spend, better advertising spend on digital.
Now, content is being curated for young and digital audiences by Donald Trump and Kamala Harris's campaigns daily on platforms like TikTok. President of College Democrats at Syracuse University, Tyler Toledo, says it's crucial for the audience to show up to the polls.
Syracuse is a school that houses around 20,000 students. If 10% of those voted a certain way, it would change the outcome of the election completely. And so that's something that in a presidential election year, when more students might feel compelled to vote, and in a year that has redistricted New York 22, it's important to get that information to people that don't know about it.
Well, we'll see how successful the digital advertising was this week. Reporting in studio, Alexa Lamalfa, NCC News.
Experts are saying voters need to be cognizant of where their information is coming from leading up to the election tomorrow. Just this weekend, a conservative activist with 1.1 million followers on X posted fake polling numbers that implied Donald Trump was leading in 7 states. Students for Trump co-founder Ryan Fournier posted emails from a supposed pollster that contradicts results released this week, but were actually just emails sent to himself. X users added notes to a number of posts informing those who had not seen the now-deleted emails that any polls that were not publicly released are most likely to be fabricated. Coming up next on NCC News Online. Once again, swing states are playing a pivotal role in this election week. We'll tell you the latest on the presidential race. Plus, we'll take a look at polling numbers around the nation. We'll be right back.
The Sunday before the election, and I don't...
Pennsylvania is a crucial swing state. Welcome back to NCC News. Pennsylvania is an important battleground state with 19 electoral votes. Many voters say whoever wins there could determine the election. I had the chance to visit last weekend and spoke with locals to hear their thoughts and where they see PA going on Election Day. Pennsylvania is a crucial swing state in this election. Although opinions are controversial, there's one place where voters are letting them loose. The salon is a place where you can go in, get your hair done, and talk to your stylist about everything. This year's most talked about issue, the 2024 presidential election. Chuck Martino has owned Nirvana for over 30 years. He's discussed many presidential elections with his customers, and this is by far the most polarized and intense his clients have felt.
I've seen so many people so interested in politics, first off. And secondly, I've never seen so many people get angry if you're not on their side or, definitely.
Linda Mattia, a client of Chuck, is also voting for Trump for economic reasons.
And I felt like he had a stronger background to push the country in the right direction. I do feel like it probably will go blue again, but I still feel like I have to do my part and vote how I believe.
Spiro Tabogos, another Nirvana client, agrees with Mattea.
This time around, obviously, the economy is a big deal. All of us business owners are really feeling that. And, we're hoping for some better days.
Tabogos says he picks a candidate by identifying their partisanship to their own party.
I will say that I'm registered independent. I think the important thing now is party issues, because every candidate just sticks with their party. Kamala Harris seems to toe that line, with her party.
Tabogos has voted for both Democrats and Republicans in the past. Although he has involvement in both parties, he's unsure where the state will fall on Election Day.
Pittsburgh and Philadelphia usually make the call for us. They're strong, Democrat union cities. If the rural Pennsylvanians come out, we may go red again.
With Pennsylvania being one way to win the election, Trump and Harris continue to push their efforts there in hopes they can sway voters to their party. This is Sophia Leone, NCC News. Trump and Harris are making their final stops on their campaign trails, each trying to make a claim in the swing state. Harris will travel to Pennsylvania to visit concerts and rallies, both in Pittsburgh and Philadelphia. She spoke at Michigan State University yesterday. And Trump spoke in Raleigh, North Carolina. And he's also traveling to Pittsburgh and the Grand Rapids, Michigan, later today before heading home to Florida to await the result of the elections. Speaking of North Carolina, latest polling, Kamala Harris leads Donald Trump by 2 points in the state he won 4 years ago. Heading to the other swing states, according to New York Times and Siena College polling, the vice president leads in all but Arizona. I'm Sophia Leone.
Why?
Hendricks, you know how to access the